All right, this is fun. I should be live right now. Okay, so here's what's interesting. I'm trying out, for the first time ever, the Facebook Live with screen capture. So we're going to see how this works here. We're all going to learn this together because this is my first whirl with it myself. I'm doing it from my personal page, where in the future I will probably do my tutorials on Facebook Live from my business page, or one of them. All right, I can see you guys joining. This is working. Cool. All right, so here's my first observation. It looks like you can't do the video, the face and the screen capture at the same time. It's one or the other. All right, so I'm going to watch for you guys' comments. There's Christian. Oh, good. Christian asked a great question this morning. Christian, I'm putting you on spotlight. Christian asks a lot of great questions. Christian is one of my Ballen method learners. He is working hard for the team he works with to rank high on the search engines. And so he's in my mastermind groups asking questions. And this morning he asked a great question. He said, and by the way, for you guys that are on the call, we're about to get geeky a little bit. So this particular one on the call, isn't that funny? On the Facebook Live, I'm going to show you how to set up your meta description templates. All right, so for ranking on the search engine. So if you're learning how to rank on the search engines, this video is going to be for you. All right, so he asked, hey, can I use the same meta description? Good morning, Andrew. On all of my can I use the same meta description when I'm just banging out those IDX widget pages, you know, and I'm building my homes for sale under 100, homes for sale under 200. So it looks like when I start driving my screen, I'm not going to be able to see the screen capture here. So if you guys will let me know, I'll kind of bop back and forth. I have my cell phone open. So if you'll let me know if you can see the screen as I'm moving it around, that would be incredibly beneficial. So let me see if I can get to the comments on here. So I'll try to watch it on my cell phone. So that's a miss as far as I'm concerned with Facebook Live. You need to be able to see what you're driving and be able to see everybody's comments and questions at the same time. And it does not look like it's going to be able to do that based on what I'm doing, okay? All right, so you guys see my screen moving at all right now? I'm sliding down my Ballen real estate website here. Are you able to see it scrolling? Ah, it is scrolling. Okay, so there's a lag. It looks like a little lag, but it's going. Perfect. Okay, now let me see if I hop on over to this tab, does it change, or do I need to stay within the same tab? I'm assuming I need to stay within the tab window based on how I shared it. All right, so that was what I needed to know. All right, good. Thank you guys for test driving this with me. I appreciate that. All right, so let me show you when Christian asked this question, what he was asking. Okay, so you go over to Google and you type in, let's just use a flower shop for example, and you type in Las Vegas florists. Okay. Maybe you're to type in Las Vegas flower delivery or Las Vegas roses or something like that. When you look at the search engine results, the top ones are all ads, typically, okay, unless you're in a non-competitive market. Right underneath that, you typically see this local pack. And this little local pack shows up when you specifically look for a business, not a product or a specifically. So if I were to type in Las Vegas, buy Las Vegas roses, I probably wouldn't see this local pack right here. But because I specifically said Las Vegas florist, it's showing up assuming I want a business, okay? That's a whole nother call. There's some great stuff there. All right, well, this person did a fantastic job, whoever this is on their SEO. First thing, this is called a snippet. This little preview that shows up on Google that has your title, your URL, a couple lines of text, and then these site links potentially if they earn in. That is called a snippet, okay? So it's a preview. Well, let me tell you guys, that snippet makes the decision whether or not that person wants to click through on your link to your website. So it's so important that you have an appealing title and a user-friendly URL and the right descriptions and site links if you can get them. So this meta description is important. So when Christian asked, is it okay to have all my meta descriptions the same on these little these category pages that don't mean a whole lot? They could all be similar and equally as appealing, but it's a bad practice to have duplicated meta, okay? Duplicated titles and duplicated URLs and duplicated, well, you wouldn't have duplicated URLs, but duplicated meta descriptions. You don't want to have that. You want this to be unique, okay? And there's something called a click-through rate. And the click-through rate is based on how many times your page, this page, showed up in the search engines. Those are called impressions. And then how many times people clicked. So how many times people click. So your impressions and then your clicks equal your click-through rate, okay? Your impressions divided by your clicks equal your click-through rate. So, you know, if you can increase that click-through rate, it's better for your SEO. Obviously, you get more people over to your website. So this is very, very important. I could talk for hours on just the meta description. But let's do this. I'm not going to talk for hours, don't worry. Let's look at how can we set something up on our website that has a dynamically changing meta description and title so that you never have to touch it unless you want to. Okay, that's what I want to show you how to do. All right, so here we go. Titles and meta. Now, this is the part where it gets pretty geeky, so stay with me for a second. There is a plugin. If you have a WordPress website, you're going to be in heaven right now, because these things that are called plugins they're like extensions for your real estate website. They allow it to do more things, okay? I do build websites for real estate agents. I actually have a company that I own my own company, and we do marketing and pay-per-click marketing, and we build your websites. There's a lot of you on the call that have one of my websites, which is great. They are built on a WordPress platform. And so having these plugins is cool, but what happens is if you have too many plugins, it can slow your website down. And so my developers are continuously working with creating our own code so that we don't have to have those plugins. But Yoast WordPress SEO, and you can get it right here. If you go over to Yoast, Y-O-A-S-T, and I'm sorry, I don't have any kind of affiliate link or anything with Yoast. Yoast is very popular in the SEO world, search engine optimization, and they do all kinds of things from teach SEO to, you know, they have conferences. I think their conference is in another country, the Netherlands. Yes. I wish you could see my cat right now. My cat is going from one corner of my place to the other corner, jumping on every piece of furniture. He's very excited about this Facebook Live. Clearly, he may even make an appearance. Oh, we don't have my camera on, so you won't see him. All right. So Yoast makes this plugin. All right, let me show you how to add this. So if you were to if you have a WordPress site like this, you guys are still seeing my screen? Yep, okay. If you have a WordPress site like this, go down here, there's something called plugins, okay? So your left-hand column, you have this little quick dashboard, which is awesome. And you go down here and you go to plugins and you click add new. Now be careful, don't go getting plugin happy, because if one plugin can conflict with another plugin and your entire website crashes. This is why a lot of website platforms out there don't allow you to add plugins, because they're afraid you're going to break the website. Then they're going to have to provide support for it. Now, at Ballen Brands, we do not lock up anything. We allow you to go for it. But if you break it, you're going to pay for it to have us fix it for you. So be careful about having what you put in there, because they can conflict. Okay, so, and they can slow down your website, because they'll come over here and you're going to type in Yoast. All right. Somebody said they're not seeing. Oh, I hopped over to another tab, didn't I? I'm so sorry. Okay, hold on. Thank you so much for that, Andrew. I see your comment. I'm learning. I guess the screen share is not allowing me to do all the tabs, so I didn't share the whole screen. I only shared the one window. All right, so let's do this again. All right, now we should be back on. Let me close these other tabs just so I don't get confused. All right, now we're here. So we go up here to our dashboard. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate that. We go down here, left-hand side, plugins, okay? Once we go to plugins, we're going to click Add New. Next, we're going to go to this little keyword box and we're going to type in Yoast. All right. You see that? Right here where it says Yoast SEO, also known as WordPress SEO, by the way, you click on Install Now. I already have it, so I'm not going to install it. Once you click Install, you're going to have an Activate option. Make sure you go in and activate that. Now, there's a free version of Yoast, and there's a paid version of Yoast. And anytime I can, you guys, I tell you how to use a free version, but I got to tell you that I typically go for bells and whistles. So I tend to go from free to paid rather quickly because I don't like to be limited. And I will use a product all the way through. If I don't use it, I'll get rid of it. But so I don't know the difference right now, just off the top of my head, of what Yoast Free gives you and what Yoast Premium gives you. Okay, because I have Yoast Premium. So you'll have to play with that. But what we do is once we've installed Yoast, and Yoast does a lot of things, from making sure you don't have 404 broken pages. It helps you optimize your SEO. It has a really killer thing called orphaned content. And if you go over to my website, loriballen.com, I have a bunch of stuff on Yoast in there and what orphaned content is and what cornerstone content is. So I teach a lot of the features of Yoast on my website. And in my training course, theballenmethod.com or ranklikeaboss.com, there's a whole lesson plan in there as well. Okay. Oh, hi, Gideon. Don't drink my coffee. My cat's drinking my coffee. Yes, he likes coffee, and he also likes butter, and he also likes cheddar cheese and sour cream and onion potato chips. All right, don't sit on the computer. Thank you. All right, so when you scroll down here to the left-hand side, what we're going to do is we're going to go down here to SEO. You see that little button there? And we're going to go up here and click titles and metas, because what I'm going to show you how to do now is how to set up your template so that you don't have to change your title and meta description unless you want to ever again. Some really cool stuff here, okay? All right, first thing you're going to see is how do you want your title separated? So remember how we were on the flower shop a little while ago, and there was a title, and in between their title they had this little thing, and it's called a pipe, okay? Or then there's a dash here. So if you wanted your website to show up on every one of your metas, which I'm going to show you in a second, what they want to know is, do you want a dash and then your URL, your website added, or do you want one of these little pipes and then your website added, or I don't even know what all these punctuation symbols are called. That wasn't my strong point. That was my sister's. My sister's the English major, not me. I got the geeky stuff over here in SEO. All right, so, or you could, an asterisk. My personal preference is either the dash, and you can see here they have a small, medium, and long dash, or the pipe. Okay, the pipe is really popular as well. So one of those two. Okay. Now the next thing you're going to do is you go over here and you go to post types. Okay. Now what's happening here is these little percentages here are going to be your spaces between the item. Okay. And so you can see what I did here is I said every time I create a post for the title, I want you to make it the title of the post, the page title of the post. And then I want you to put in this little pipe, and I want you to say 2017. And then I'm going to put in brackets the word photo. Now, this is my real estate website. I own a real estate team, for those of you that don't know, in Las Vegas, and would love your referrals always to Lori Ballen team. We serve Las Vegas, Henderson, and North Las Vegas. And I've got buddies up in Reno I work with as well. All right, so if you don't know, the reason why I add that 2017 at the end so that shows up on every one of my blog posts and my pages is because people do search by year. They want to know it's relevant. And if they go to the search engines, they don't want things that are old. And Google will often put 3-year-old pages in the #1 spot, and people don't want that. Even if it's authoritative, it's evergreen content, it's not going anywhere, fine. They want it. But if they're looking for something specific, like how to raise my credit score to buy a house, they'll often put how to raise my credit score to buy a house in 2017. Also, numbers in your title increase your click-through rate. Okay, so this is cool. Now, what's cool about this is, look how close we are now to 2018. Some of you may be watching, you know, if I can download this and put it on YouTube, some people may be watching this in 2018. But I don't want to change this now. I think that's spammy. I see people doing that already. They're changing all their numbers to 2018, and I just think that's a spam tactic. Unless you're saying, hey, 2018 strategy. So 2000, now all I have to do is on January 1st, I'll go in here and change that date to 2018. It'll update all of my page titles. And then Google will pick up all my page titles, which is really cool. And it'll also 2018. So everything's going to look brand new and fresh 2018. All right. You guys still with me? Checking in on you here. If you can hear me and you can see me, just type in there, because I've got my phone open and I can see it. If you have any questions as we're going through this, I mean, this wasn't a formal webinar. I was just kind of test driving the Facebook Live, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions you guys have. Somebody said they lost audio, so that's why I'm checking in with you, and I can't see any more comments. There you go. Okay, you guys can hear me. All right, so these here, let me type this in for you. See these little brackets? Also increase click-through rate. There's something about the brackets that stand out that increase click-through rate. And I wish I could tell you off the top of my head who it was that did this study. It was so good. And if I can find it, I'll post it in the link later. They tested numbers and what words people clicked through on, what brackets versus parentheses, all that good stuff. Excuse me. And they figured out that when you put in these little brackets and you put something like an offer or detail, like guide, or new listings, or updated daily. You know, like you've got all your IDX, you got all your real estate listings showing because you're a real estate agent on your website. And inside those brackets, it says updated every hour, or updated daily, or just listed, or photos, maps, tours. You know, you put in those little brackets, it increases your click-through rate. So that's why we do that. Okay, so that's the way to make your title unique. And you can change this down here. I could actually, okay, I'd have to go back and look now, because off the top of my head, I can't remember where I get the little, there's a spot where you can pull down what you want in this title. Or you can just change whatever's there now and then add at the end. But don't change the percentage signs, okay? Only change that little end. All right, so we know now that we can set up our title however we want it to show. And at the end, if I didn't want, I could have a little pipe here that says, you know, ballenvegas.com. Type in that, like that. And then just test them once they show up in there. Now be careful, because there is a character limit on your title, and Google will cut it off and put a ... and it looks terrible. So you want to make sure that whatever you're adding to the default is short. And then whenever you create your new pages, go down to the Yoast and look at the preview, and it'll show you if anything is getting cut off. And if it is, you can get rid of that little extension after, or you can customize and change the title, okay? Which I can show you in a minute, but I can't hop over to new tab, so I don't want to lose our spot. All right, so now look, there's other options here. Like, do you want this indexed on the search engines? Do you want your post indexed in search engines? Well, yeah. Do you want the date to show in the snippet preview or not show? So you can click show or hide. And by the way, there's some debate on whether or not you should show that date. And a lot of SEOs are leaning now towards yes. But then you've got to be really obsessed with making sure your content is fresh, right? So there's some belief there that Google might be ranking higher because of having that in there. I have not tested that myself, so I don't know 100% for sure yet, okay? So anyway, you can do this with your pages. You can do this with your images and your media, your PDF files. And then our showcase pages, for those of you that have a Ballen real estate website, a brew, you can also go in and do this with your showcase pages, with your reviews. Oh, let's look at this. I'm missing one. meta description template, I'm going to put in this title. So we're going to do this. See, now this will be the title of the review. Watch what I'm doing here. I'm going to go down. Oh, I'm missing it here too. Good thing I checked this today. I didn't even notice that. Okay, see all homes for, oh, we're going to go with the title. Las Vegas real estate updated frequently, photos, maps, and more. AllenVegas.com. I'll have to see how that shows up. Okay, and then down here, reviews, same thing. So this is going to be Las Vegas real estate agent reviews for Lori Ballen. I can spell my own name. Team Las Vegas. 726047739. So whatever little call to action you want to have in there. Okay. And again, I'll check these. I can't, normally I would tab over and check it while we're talking, but you guys can't see the other tab screen. So I'm gonna have to come back and check it. So what you wanna do is scroll down this page and see, do you have all of these filled in? Because if you don't, you're gonna want to, or you're gonna have blank meta descriptions, which are terrible. You don't want that. So this one is cities, so that works. That's probably gonna be too long because I know my city titles. Okay, and then communities, same thing. Las Vegas real estate by Lori Ballen team. Vegas. I may need the HTTPS there, but I'll check it after. Okay, and then we go there, and then we save changes. Cool. So that is how you set up your meta templates. And let me just show you where this shows up in your preview so you know where to change it. So if I were to go up here and go to new post, like I'm going to write a blog post for the first time, or you could create one of your widget pages. I'm going to put in, I'm going to do all my optimized SEO, and then I'm going to scroll down here. And this is where your Yoast box shows up, okay? So let me enter a title. How to raise your credit score to buy a house. Okay, I'm going to save the draft so that we can see the URL pop up there. Okay, now I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to go look at that Yoast box because it's going to give me a preview. Now, 90% of the time, Google will use what you put in your Yoast box for your meta description. But there is a percentage of time that they won't. So that is something to pay attention to. And they don't always, but look how perfect this came out. How to raise your credit score to buy a house. 2017 video. Now, obviously, I better have video on those pages or that shouldn't be the default meta. And then how to raise your credit score to buy a house. And then here was the default. Las Vegas, Nevada real estate, browse by size, price, location. So it's perfect. Now, if it was too long, how to buy a house in Las Vegas, watch what happens down here. See how it cuts it off, ... So all I have to do is click on that title, and now I can change it. How to raise your credit score to buy a house in Las Vegas. Guide. Got it? Cool. All right, was that helpful to any of you guys that might be wondering? So Christian asked that great question this morning. I thought that a perfect time to share it and to test out our Facebook Live here to see how this works. So appreciate you guys all test driving that with me. And I'm looking at your little, any questions there. If you guys do need a real estate website, like seriously, if you're in that position where you're so tired of not owning your own website, not controlling your own IDX, what it looks like and how it functions, not being able to add plugins, any of that kind of stuff. Our websites at ballenbrands.com you actually own. They're your website, your domain, your website. We just plug in the third-party resources for you, but you have licensing and access to all of it. If you ever leave your brokerage, it goes with you. We also have incredible, inexpensive, efficient WordPress hosting packages to get your website up to speed, update all your plugins for you, back up your WordPress files for you. So you check that out at ballenbrands.com/brew, or you can reach out to my team and just talk to them about how this works. All right, wow, look at us, 25 minutes. Okay, I'm going to end this now, and then what I'm going to do is, this is my first Facebook Live with screen share. I'm going to finish it, and then I'm going to go look and see if I can download this video, because for all of you guys that are trainers, coaches, market center owners, these kind of things are huge. And if we can download this video and then upload it into YouTube, or at least embed it, like we do with regular Facebook Live videos, which I'm sure we can, because you can with Facebook Live videos, then you can always go live on your business page or in a group or something, and then go embed it and share it on your blog and put it onto YouTube. So thanks for joining me, guys. I will come back with some other good stuff, and I hope you guys go out there and kill it in real estate today. And Lori Ballen team, Las Vegas, Henderson, North Las Vegas, for your real estate referrals. I'll talk to you guys all later.